So in the first video, we talked about the initiation stage where you just learn that you have an information need, and you're not quite sure how to go about it yet. Then we got the selection stage, and where you select your topic, find something that's personally interesting to you. Second video, we focused on exploration, and it's got to be strategic. Taking that extra time, whether it's an extra 30 minutes or an hour, to use the ERIC thesaurus, or to gain more background information on your topic, to find more keywords, and specific education terminology like using through the ERIC thesaurus. It's going to help you in the long run. It's going to make your searches more efficient. It's going to be quicker, and you'll get over that difficult part of finding irrelevant information in your searches. Make that a thing of the past much quicker. And so at this stage, it's good to go back and say, all right, what am I trying to do? How much time do I have? Is this topic still personally interesting to me? And now we're going to get into some more specific resources. But you'll find yourself developing a more focused perspective in a clear path of the information that you need. So we'll start looking at identifying some other resources. So back at the Joiner Library homepage, I can skip the one search box. We already got our background information. And so I can click on this Social Sciences and Education for our electronic resources. And this will take me to a list of disciplines. Click on Education. And here are all of our education and research databases, ebooks and streaming, some teaching materials, but we're going to focus on research. ERIC isn't only a thesaurus, it's also a database. It indexes everything. What it means is it keeps track of all education-related articles that are published in any given year. So we're going to click on ERIC through ProQuest, because we'll find more. Not only will it have all the indexed articles about it covering education, but it'll have more full text than the actual ERIC database from the Department of Education website. But one thing I want you to do, up at the top, click on Change Databases. And ProQuest, we do have a subscription to another database. We do have a subscription to another database. If you scroll down the page of ways, where did it go? There it is, the ProQuest Education Database. Then you can keep on going down the page, click on Use Selected Databases, and so now we'll start searching both databases at the same time. So I'm going to do reading specialist in quotes and instruction. Investigation reading specialist. So we got 3,200 results. Role of the reading specialist, a review of research. That sounds good to me. I can check mark that, which will help you save it for later by using the little save. You can also check mark it and email these to yourself, and it'll provide the links for you. Effects. So a lot of these you'll see is 98, 2001. So some of these might be a little out of date. We can use these limiters on the left-hand side of the screen and update to, so the last 20 years. We can also limit it to trade journals. There's some of your practitioner articles you can find in there. Scholarly journals. Don't discount the dissertations and theses. If you want a broad range and get some good background information on a topic, I can bet you'll find in a lead on some resources that you can pull from. Those dissertations and theses will really help you out. But we've got the reading specialist, a review of the research. It kept our saved article. What do reading specialists do? Results from a national survey. We'll keep that one. Teaching all children rule. That's from 2000. So we've got a few journals. The Reading Teacher is a journal. Reading programs. School reform. Roles in curriculum development. So that's a dissertation. We should be able to pull some information from there as well. But let's go back to, so one thing that's easier to do outside of our databases than inside is, say, let's copy and paste or highlight and copy role of reading specialist, a review of research. So this is going to be a very relevant, it's cited by 67 other articles. So we can look at that within ProQuest. But what can give us a better clue, and it can be a little bit quicker and a little easier to work with, is going to Google Scholar, scholar.google.com. Take out the patents. Paste that in there. And so the ProQuest database actually showed 67, right? Here, Google's telling us it's been cited by 98 other articles. So since this article was published in 2001, 98 other articles cited this within those papers. And so if we look at that and click on it, we can look at some of those resources. And a lot of these are going to be very relevant to what we're researching or what you're researching for your paper. And you see here on the right, it'll tell you what we have access to here in Joiner Library. But there's a catch. You need to do something first. So from this results page, this little down arrow in the upper right-hand side of the screen under Settings, and then on the left, Library Links. If you search for East Carolina University, you can link you can link Joiner Library's resources to your Google Scholar. We also have access to Elizabeth City State and WorldCat as well. From the Google Scholar homepage, let me wipe this out and go back to this Google Scholar homepage. The settings is right up on straight up above the search box. So going back to that article cited by 98, you'll find a lot of relevant things in here as well. And you can follow this trail, and as you can see, a lot of these articles have been cited by so many different people over the course of the years. Just be aware of how much time you do have to do your research, and it'll help you help prevent you from going down a rabbit hole, as I usually do on a daily basis. And you'll find some of these same articles here in ProQuest as well. Another database we have is the Teacher Reference Center. This one's by a different database vendor. EBSCOhost, which some of you may be familiar with. So in here as well, it's just a different, a different user interface. A lot of the same information you'll be able to find in here as you would in the ProQuest databases as well. So we started now going. At this point in time, we have a better idea of what we're looking for, and we'll start collecting things. Our searches are becoming more efficient. We're finding less and less irrelevant articles. And our interest in involvement in our research deepens. And so we're not so much defining things anymore as we are extending and supporting your focus, which is a broad range of K through 12 view of your topic. And so we're getting a lot of different perspectives, but we know how they relate to each other. And so we start taking detailed notes on these details, and we start skipping over that general information. And I hope at this point in time you're also starting to write your paper and lining things up and grouping things into similar topics, and also talking about the other side, like what doesn't a reading specialist do, or what should it do, or what can it do? How can it be different? Something that conflicts with what you believe, because that perspective is important for research as well. And so everything is starting to come together. And then we're done. We write our paper. We synthesize all of that information and present it, hand it in, and you've got an increased self-awareness, and hopefully you choose to extend this research as you move through your program. Now, I know that's a lot of information in these 3 videos in a very short amount of time, but if you have any questions, you can always get a hold of me. You know how to reach me through the discussion board within your class shell, but my email is zuberbeerd14@ecu.edu. My phone number is 252-328-0406. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I look forward to hearing